due to the fact that I have some errands to run, we're going to make this video quick. So, thank you all for tuning in to Chris Codes. My name is Crystal. It is Friday, so you know I'm back with the foolishness. And yeah, if you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. And it's like I just want to thank God for bringing me out of, just being so blind to those things. Like, God is not a God of confusion, okay? So if anything seems confusing to you, and next thing you know, once you get into that new age stuff, it seems like it's more and more and more and more and more foolishness. So the fact that it's so confusing like that means you need to be questioning it. So when I tell you, y'all, just stay away from it, just stay away from it. I'm telling you, take it from me. Oh, yeah. All right, so this story is like pretty funny to me. So I thought this would be nice to tell for this Foolishness Friday. So I believe it was either like Labor Day or Memorial Day, whatever, but it was one of those holidays. So, it was fairly warm. And at the time, my boss, we were pretty cool. Like, all of us were cool with him. And me and my friend knew him like way before he became our boss. We all worked for the same company. So me and my friend had went to this Hispanic restaurant first, just grab something to eat, max, relax, sit outside on the patio because it was a nice day. And then I was like, I want to swim. I want to have fun because, on those type of days, it's like pool party-ish, type of vibe. So that's what I was on. So yeah, I'm already laughing. I haven't even gotten to the part. and I had to have thought this was funny because pretty much the entire time this was going on, I was giggling. Yeah. So let's continue. So I told her, I was like, I kind of want to go to a pool or something like that, have fun. And our boss at the time, like I said, he was kind of younger. So he was like around our age. So he lived not too far from there. He had a pool. So we're thinking, oh, yeah, let's go there. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna text him, see what he's up to, because I think he was like maybe 25 minutes away from where we were. So I texted him like, hey, like, what you doing today? We're out and about, and for the holiday, because I think he was throwing something anyway. It was like he was doing like a barbecue or whatever. I'm not sure now. That I'm not super sure about, but I think he was. Because he used to throw something for any holiday. So we were like, okay, are you still doing something? Because we would come over and use the pool, blah, blah, blah. And now, keep in mind, when it's your friend, it's like on some living single type stuff. Like how Maxine would just come over whenever. Now, we wasn't on the Max stuff because we wouldn't just be popping up. That's not our forte. We don't do stuff like that. But, yet and still, like, I didn't think it was going to be an issue because we were all cool. So he was like, yeah, y'all can pull up, all that, but you got to bring a bottle. So so now for those of you all that are used to like, oh, if you pull up, you have to bring something or whatever, I don't knock that. Like, I don't knock that because even with like some of my friends, like, some of my friends in the past, I would do that. I would always bring something. But when you're a girl and it's like guys and stuff like that, you kind of look at it differently. If it's not like this party, it's a small, how do I explain it? It's just something we didn't used to do, So we're just like, okay, like, you're taxing us to get in. And at the time, the guy I was dating was already there. So we're like, okay, did you tell him to bring something? So it was kind of like offensive in a way, but I didn't necessarily take it that serious. I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll bring something. We'll bring a bottle, but you're going to get this Bacardi. Like you're going to get something that's like $10, $15 tops. We're not splurging. Just use your pool. I'm like, last I checked, we knew you before any of these people, and you didn't tell them to bring anything, So we both were like somewhat upset about it, but she was just like upset about it, okay? So once we get there, he's like she's kind of like annoyed because before we even pull up, she's already like, okay, I'm low-key ready to go. So I'm thinking she's annoyed, but on the same level as annoyed as me. Not like annoyed. And you know, when you have certain friends and when they get annoyed, sometimes it's just that cute. Okay, so we're not doing this today. I didn't think she was on that level until what I'm about to get into. So after the fact, we pull up, and my ex, like one of the guys I was dating at the time, he comes and he like hops in the back seat. He's like just chit chatting. I don't know why we didn't go just straight up there or whatever, but he slips up and says that the guy, I'm gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Fiji. And that's a good one. Okay, we're calling him Fiji because he always had Fiji water. So Fiji was the guy that's our boss. That's whose place we were going over. And yeah, so we were going over Fiji's place, and we'll call my ex because he's like irrelevant. So yeah, so Fiji, he's like not really. I'm not trying to be rude, but he's just not really relevant to the story, like not to the funny parts. So my ex came, sat in the back, and he was like, you know, Fiji was like, y'all just gonna pull up, not bring anything and stuff like that. And my old friend, I should give her a name. We'll call her Fit, because she was real stylish. Like, I'm not no hater, you know, even though we're not like real, like we're not close anymore, but girl, she could dress, okay? So we're gonna call her Fit because she always had a fresh fit, okay? So my ex slipped up and he was like, oh, Fiji said, you all just gonna pull up and not bring anything. Y'all not even gonna bring a bottle. And we not one of those bring a bottle type shit.
It's upsetting me in my home, girl, because we feel like,
you know, like, excuse me? I don't want to say, like, it's just so funny. But I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so immediately when he said that, she flipped. When I say she flipped, she flipped. And I was shocked. And you know, like I told you, this is like the same ex from like those toxic, like when I say I was in like a toxic relationship, this is like the same relationship. So when I say, like, you know, when you're in those toxic relationships where you're just like always arguing and stuff like that, I never recommend this. If you all just constantly bickering, it's just not, okay? So I'm like, when he saw that, I was just like, yeah, you be thinking I be tripping. And like, she flipped. She's like, what? He's talking about we need to bring this and we need to bring that. And we not know bring a bottle type. And like, it was just, she flipped, y'all. And I like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's funny just because of like his facial expressions to everything, or like how he was just so shocked by the whole situation. And that's why I'm just getting so tickled, because I know how she goes 0 to 100, and I felt like she was valid for like how she was coming across, you know, like, but it was just like, whoa, because I knew like it wasn't expected, you know. But he's just like sitting in the back like, and I'm looking like it's about to go down. So she just like, we need this and we need that and blah, 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 blah. And then Fiji ends up coming downstairs because she wouldn't even get out the car. Now, if she told me, let's leave, then I would just left. You know, and matter of fact, I was actually going to do that because when he came downstairs, you know how guys like to try and smooth. Sorry, y'all, I got a call. But you know how guys try and like smooth things over and all this type of stuff. He tried to smooth it over, try and smooth talk and all that. And he said something that I didn't really like. I'm not going to put all that into my Foolishness Friday just because my Foolishness Friday is about stuff that happened to me. So yeah, her business is not your business, but my business is your business. Okay? So he tries to smooth talk and all this good stuff. And he said something that didn't really sit right with me. It wasn't pertaining to me, but it didn't sit right with me. So I was just like, excuse me? Oh, we about to go. We about to go. And then, but she wasn't like too upset about it. So I just was like, okay, maybe like I'm reading too much into this. So I just, kept my cool, was quiet about it or whatever. And she went on, like, she was like, okay, he was like, y'all come upstairs, blah, 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 stuff like that. So she went upstairs. So I'm like, okay, but I didn't want to immediately go upstairs. I wanted to go sit by the pool, stuff like that, because that's why I'm here. I'm here for the pool. I'm here for the pool, okay? So either way, I'm walking to the pool. My ex is following me, and I don't know. I honestly don't remember why or what he said that kind of like made me mad or whatever, but it just like ruined my pool time. That's like any like important event or anything that was relevantly would have been nice in that relationship was always ruined by something, like literally. So I don't know what had happened, but he just ruined it. So I was like ready to go upstairs. So we was about to go head upstairs. He was like way in front of me, right? And you know how like maybe I'm like maybe a Southern Belle, but it's certain things that we follow. Like, oh, your man's supposed to walk on the side of the street with the oncoming traffic. It's not necessarily saying, oh, if a car, he gonna get hit by the car first, but it is, you know what I mean? It's just supposed to be, you're supposed to be the protector, period, point blank. But he didn't do stuff like that, like silly me, but like for even allowing the foolishness. But that's how I felt in those certain situations. So back to the story. So he was walking way ahead of me. So if somebody came snatch my tail up, he wouldn't know anything about it because he was like 2 yards ahead, right? So back then I was like on my petty stuff. So I'm trying to make this Foolishness Friday juicy for y'all because I ain't did a Foolishness Friday in a minute. So yeah. So he's all ahead of me. So by the time, I don't know where Fiji's room is, because I'm not just a regular over there. I don't just be popping up at his place like I said before. So we get to the elevator. He's waiting on me because obviously I'm way behind him because he decided he just wanted to skate his tail all the way up there, right? So by the time we get in the elevator, it's silent. We get off the elevator, and then he's like doing like this for me to go first. And I was just like, oh, now it's ladies first.
Clown.
I said clown, but who knows what I said back then, because I was like way more childish, way more petty, but it was something along those lines. So I'm telling this story because this story is so weird. It's such like a weird time. So like some of my closer friends know this story, but yeah. And we start walking to Fiji's room. So we get to Fiji's room. Everyone's chilling. He makes us a drink. We're like maxing, relaxing or whatever. And we're all kind of like sitting in his like living room. He had a nice place. So we all like sitting in his living room. And my ex is sitting like all the way across from us, like by, how you have like bar stools near the kitchen. He's sitting like all the way over there where we're sitting in like the common area, which is odd now that I think about it, but who knows? He was always on some weird stuff. So after the fact, I'm like, Fiji starts talking, and they were already up there. Remember, we was at the pool. So like Fiji starts talking, and he's all like, it's the power of the mind. It's the power of the mind. I'm like, what is happening? Like, you guys, and not to mention, like back then, I used to watch those like tarot card readings and stuff like that on YouTube, and I'm gonna probably go into like deep context on like why you shouldn't do those things. Maybe I'll do that on Makeup and a Message on Monday. On one of these Mondays I might go into depth about that. But I've always been a very religious person. For people that know me personally, if you all aren't aware, I am definitely a Christian. So when I say do not dib and dab in those tarot card readings, psychics, people that do palm readings, any of that foolishness, numerology, like I know it's very, like those things are very tempting, and anything that Satan will throw at you is tempting, okay? But you gotta know that it's just don't mess with it. Do not mess with it. It seems it seems innocent, just like horoscopes and stuff like that. Oh, you think, oh, it's the same thing as opening a fortune cookie after I eat my sesame chicken. But it's not. It's way more than what we read into. We just think, oh, dang, this stuff is accurate. But I'm telling you, it's divination. And like now I can say it, like, and just for all the weird things that happened when that happened, that whole situation, I didn't watch another tarot card reading on YouTube ever again. Okay, you don't know what you're opening yourself up to when you do those things and when you partake in those things. So just take it from me. This is like a little portion of my testimony, but eventually I'll probably go into why, like, you should not dib and dab and that stuff, new age in general. Okay, but yeah, let's get right back into the story. Like, I don't know what the heck we were talking about, what was going on, but when I say I felt so frightened, I started feeling so scared. Like, I was just like, y'all, like, I don't know if you've ever had an experience like that where like you just get like a bone chill and you're just frightened. When I say I was just frightened, I had to get out of there. Like, I had to get out of there. And this still sounds so weird on the playback, but I'm gonna post it anyway because this is my channel. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So you know your girl is frightened. If I grab my keys, I get up and I go straight to the car. My ex follows me or whatever. I don't know why he decided he wanted to do that this time, but he did. And then I'm in my car. I'm so freaking out. I'm telling him, I don't know why I'm so scared. I'm just so scared. Blah, blah, blah. I still don't know to this day, like, why I was so frightened or what the heck was going on. But yeah. And eventually my friend came back down the steps, blah, blah, blah. But she just ripped them off. Like, after that day, they were dead to her. Like, she washed her hands of them. But it was like the most creepy experience ever. Even from her going nuts. Like, y'all not about to treat us like no basic, nah. All the way up into her just calming down. Like, he's chit-chatting with her and all of a sudden everything's cool, everything's fine. It was just like night and day. It was literally 0 to 100 to 0. And then we get up, and then me and him start arguing, like, while we get to the pool. Now, keep in mind, we used to argue all the time, so that's not a shock. But it was just like, I don't even remember what it was for, but it was just so odd. And then when we get to the room, it's like power of the mind and blah blah blah. And I started freaking out. Now, to this day, who knows? I feel like it might have been some of my ex. I don't know, but all I know is your girl was scared. Like, on some spooky stuff. I should have saved this for like October. No, October's too far. Anyways. So yeah, so that's the time that it was the Memorial Day from HE Double Hockey Sticks. So I hope you all enjoyed this creepy Foolishness Friday. If you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you all for the next video. Bye.